Good morning, welcome to a daily outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 3rd of January. Wishing you all a very happy new year. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, we've seen some rebalancing through the markets over the last few days in light volumes. The euro's pushed up, and it's pushed up to a very significant sort of level, the 1.2 area. It's broken. It's not far away from that 120.90 sort of area that we've seen previously. There is a chance that it could push up to that and beyond. However, we have got a weekly and monthly pivot sitting there below, and well, we may just be, when you look at the shorter time frames, it's just looking a bit sticky around these levels. Failed to push up there, and it may just roll over a little bit further. This is a 4-hourly time frame. If it can break this 4-hourly 8, well, maybe we'll be on the way down towards that 4-hourly 21. And maybe then the weekly and monthly pivot. So there's the possibility of a breakdown to the downside there. Looking at, down to the 60-minute time frame, there's a 60-minute 50 is maybe even the starting point. To me, it looks weak where it's sitting. It's not managed to push into even a double top here at the moment, and it's started to fall over a little bit. So as the volumes start coming in, they'll probably come in more significantly next week than this week. But as we push through the week here, it's certainly looking like it's rolling a little bit at the moment. That's the euro. The pound has run backwards here, and look at the dailies first. It's already back up to its average linear line there. It's again got the potential to roll over. It's been a little bit stronger in terms of the move up. Effectively yesterday, we are seeing there's a bit of divergence across the 4-hourlies from those prior highs there into this week, and it may start rolling a little bit better. But again, we've got a daily, weekly and monthly pivots all sitting below, so there's a possibility of certainly of that breaking down, although at the moment it looks a little stronger, even though there is a divergence sitting there. Dollar yen, obviously slightly inverted to the euro dollar, and well, again it's had a good sell-off there last few days there. Last 3 days it's sold. Again, it's just been pulling back. The 4-hourlies again sort of giving away to the fact that we've already been through the monthly pivot, but we've got the weekly pivot above us there. So certainly a possibility again of a switch back here. Now, may not make the weekly, but certainly looks like the 50 hasn't been hit yet, and that could well be the sort of the point where I'd be watching either whether it's going to break through it, or if we see a reversal at that level. It's been quite a shallow retrace here so far, which makes me wonder whether we just like we saw back here, and even here when the retracements are shallow, whether we'll see another shove to the downside. Aussie dollar, again pushed on through. It gapped and sold through the gap there yesterday a little bit, and it's selling off back again. We've got the weekly pivots again below us. Coming down to this 4-hourly, we've got sort of targets below the 21's already been touched, so if that goes back to that, maybe we'll see the weekly and the 34 as the target. So there are some sort of targets across there. Again, we saw divergences across on this 4-hourly time frame across the highs there, double divergence there running through there. It does look a tad weak at the moment, as I said, back maybe to the weekly pivot there, and maybe even a push further. It has got the monthly pivot below, which could be a target, but we haven't got much of this week left realistically, and as I said, I think it may still be a quiet one. Canadian dollar, well, Canadian dollar again showing the same sort of signs. It had been selling off it a little bit different towards the end of the last week there, but again, we've got the daily, we've got the weekly and monthly pivot sitting there above, which, well, I think with the way it's been selling off, and again, slow movement here, yes, it's diverged. There's the possibility of sort of retracements, etc., but the shallower and the longer it sort of sits here, the more likely I think it has of just sort of consolidating and breaking down again. So the sort of the weekly and the monthly may be a big ask on that Canadian dollar at the moment. So that's pretty much it. In terms of news today, we have got construction PMI out at 9:30 this morning for the pound, which we do see a little bit of action. It's not the biggest of movers. We saw the initial one, the manufacturing figure, come out yesterday, which was a bit of a disappointment there. Didn't really have a big move on the pound as a consequence of that, just purely lack of volume in the markets really, and it just just continued on its way off to the upside at that time. We've got the US manufacturing PMI out later this afternoon at 3 p.m. and then we've got at 7 p.m. we've got the FOMC meeting minutes, which may create a bit of volatility around that sort of time. So there are some numbers coming out, but I would expect the markets to be still in a bit of holiday mode right back up until next Monday. So not, as I say, not expecting major things, but we could get some movement still out of it. So just be watching for the easiest moves. Right, that's it for me. Take care. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.